Today I am going to be playing. Wait, let me lower my mic. Oh, can you hear me better now? Now I'm gonna be playing Sakupen Egg. Let me check if I. Oh, Sakupen circles. I said Sakupen circles. Oh no, I gotta change that right now. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Sakupen circles time. Shouldn't say I'm live. Shouldn't say I'm live. I'm watching my own stream. Crazy. I'm gonna try Jawbreaker. I haven't played it in a little bit. What is it? Here, Jawbreaker. I'm used to red, like dark red. Now I'm looking at light blue. You know what? No, I'm not gonna play that. Dude, what the hell? My microphone was blocking how I saw things, so I couldn't see where I needed to go. 2 times in a row? No way. Come on. 2 times in a row I died in the UFO. Well, next to the UFO at least. That was such a good win. Let's go. hate that part. lock in, dude. That's all I need to do. You know what, I'm not even gonna start POS there. I cannot stand that ship part. Oh, it's perfectly in line. Good. Wait, this is wrong. I'm supposed to be upside down. To 100. Crazy. Dude, that's actually crazy. should try with mouse. I don't know. Are you kidding me? That freaking saw. That is the most open gap in the actual world, and I still missed it. Great. play some other music. Maybe this. Yo, back on track is actually possible now? You know what, I'm just gonna watch this.
7 levels. This iceberg covers some of the most disturbing accidents ever captured on live television. We'll start with some shocking incidents and slowly move deeper into accidents so severe that they permanently changed lives. So, let's start at the tip of this iceberg. Level 1. Demo gone wrong. The ladder flexed beneath Chris as he reached the midpoint, and somewhere off-screen, the hosts kept talking, unaware that something was already going wrong. On a quiet afternoon broadcast of QVC, hosts Lisa Robertson and Kevin Steincross were showing off the Telesteps telescoping ladder, a 12-foot aluminum design that had become one of the network's top-selling tools. Lisa introduced the item with excitement, describing how in demand the product had become. Kevin stood next to her while a man named Chris demonstrated the ladder, propping it up beside a mock set wall. They even took a live call from a woman in California who said she used the ladder herself and loved it.
I have a guy coming tomorrow to use it. It is absolutely phenomenal. They used it for redoing my blinds up there for the windows, and it's just everybody loves this ladder.
Right, but just seconds later, as Chris made his way back to the floor, the ladder jolted away from the wall without warning, and Chris, still high up on the rungs, fell flat onto the stage floor.
Feeling? Uh-oh.
Okay, we're gonna make sure that Chris is okay.
And that has never happened.
The hosts tried to recover almost instantly, with Kevin adding that the fall was most likely caused by a slippery floor. This was an attempt to reassure viewers that everything was fine. But behind the scenes, it was clear Chris had narrowly avoided serious harm. For viewers, this unsettling incident was made even more uncomfortable because as a man lay recovering from a fall that millions had just watched in real time, the pitch moved on. Commenters have debated everything from whether the ladder was properly secured to whether the demonstrator had a concussion as a result of the fall. The video Level 1. Demo.
it's this one.
It's a very easy situation to operate. You just push the buttons in right here on the two sides. There are two little buttons. And all you do is push them in, and that will release it. And right here, push the button in, that releases it. And then after you let go, it locks firmly in place. So really, you're all set. And this is tough.
It is?
Listen, give you an example. Say you have you have to get up on the wall, high ceiling, vault the ceiling. Hey, listen, just walk right up. And I tell you, it's very safe, it's durable, and it's lightweight.
You're scaring me.
So really, see,
Wow.
now it's locked in place, okay? So really, you say,
Oh, God. Harold, are you okay?
actually, I didn't have it locked. You have to lock it. Once you lock it, you're okay. But
TV accidents levels. This iceberg covers some of the most disturbing. Level 1. Demo gone wrong. The ladder flexed beneath Chris as he reached the midpoint, and somewhere off screen, the hosts kept talking, unaware that something was already going wrong. On a quiet afternoon broadcast of QVC, hosts Lisa Robertson.
Hold up.
On a quiet afternoon. And changed lives. Level 1 says he reached that something was already going wrong. On a quiet.
Here. This one.
Only have a limited number that we can ship out right now because it is very, very popular. We're going to go to the phones. Hi, you're on the air with Lisa. And Kevin, what's your name?
Hi, Lisa. It's Renee from California.
Hey, Renee. Chris is over there kind of giving us a look at how to use the ladder there.
I got to tell you something. I have this ladder. It is awesome.
Oh, now what
And
do you use it for,
wants
Renee?
everybody wants this ladder. I live in an apartment with vaulted ceilings. Uh-oh.
Okay, we're going to make sure that Chris is okay.
And that has never happened.
Well, you know, it's a very slippery floor up there in front of our doors sometimes, so we're going to make sure that Kevin's okay.
Yep.
He's moving, he is okay, but he scared
Chris
me for
is
a
good.
moment
He's
there.
up there. He's okay.
Hello, but you're interrupting my live, but that's okay.
But to never do soup.
By the way, I have a Sakupen Egg in 2 runs.
only have a limited number that we can ship out right now because it is very, very...
Like the YouTuber.
Bro, who? Bro, who?
You know him.
Who?
Tim.
No.
popular. We're going to go to the phones. Hi, you're on the air with Lisa. And Kevin, what's your name?
Hi, Lisa. It's Renee from California.
Hey, Renee. Chris is over there kind of giving us a look at how to use the ladder there.
I got to tell you something. I have this ladder. It is awesome.
Oh, now what
And
do you use it for,
everybody wants this ladder. I live in an apartment with vaulted ceilings. Uh-oh.
Okay, we're going to make sure that Chris is okay.
And that has never happened.
Well, you know, it's a...
He's also friends. I just sold the dragon egg for 100,000 tokens in Flamingo MC.
Alright, time to practice Sakupen Egg again. Dun, dun, dun. I only have like 100 FPS, 200 on Sakupen Egg. That's crazy. When I first got Mega Hack, I was like, what am I looking at? But now, I can see clearly. Yo, bro.
What?
The full showcase for the level in the collab I'm in as published. Do you want to see the showcase
What?
of the level? Like the one I've.
I just wanna watch the fucking YouTube video that I just wanna watch.
Then why are you in a call with me?
I don't know. It's because I was planning on to play Minecraft while I was in a call, but my dad has to on the computer.
Okay.
So that's why I'm just in a call with him now while I'm watching TV.
Wait, this showcase is with no clip, I think. Yo, bro.
What?
Look at the video I just sent you. It's also at the start of my part.
Okay.
I had like 10 seconds of gameplay on mine, but that's fine.
20 TV accidents, 7 levels. This iceberg covers some of the most disturbing accidents ever captured on live television. We'll start with some shocking incidents and slowly move deeper into accidents so severe that they permanently changed lives. So, let's start at the tip of this iceberg. Level 1. Demo gone wrong. The ladder flexed beneath Chris as he reached the midpoint, and somewhere off screen, the hosts kept talking, unaware that something was already going wrong. On a quiet afternoon broadcast of QVC, hosts Lisa Robertson and Kevin Steincross were showing off the Telesteps telescoping ladder, a 12-foot aluminum design that had become one of the network's top-selling tools. Lisa introduced the item with excitement, describing how in demand the product had become. Kevin stood next to her while a man named Chris demonstrated the ladder, propping it up beside a mock set
last
wall.
part is my part.
They even took a live call from a woman in California who said she used the ladder herself and loved it.
I have a guy coming tomorrow to use it. It is absolutely phenomenal. They used it for redoing my blinds up there for the windows, and it's just everybody loves this ladder.
Right. But just seconds later, as Chris made his way back to the floor, the ladder jolted away from the wall without warning, and Chris, still high up on the rungs, fell flat onto the stage floor.
Feeling? Uh-oh.
Okay, we're going to make sure that Chris is okay.
And that has never happened.
The hosts tried to recover almost instantly, with Kevin adding that the fall was most likely caused by a slippery floor. This was an attempt to reassure viewers that everything was fine. But behind the scenes, it was clear Chris had narrowly avoided serious harm. For viewers, this unsettling incident was made even more uncomfortable because as a man lay recovering from a fall that millions had just watched in real time, the pitch moved on. Commenters have debated everything from whether the ladder was properly secured to whether the demonstrator had a concussion as a result of the fall. The video of Chris's fall has since become one of the most viral and dissected clips from the world of shopping TV. I also just don't trust a telescoping ladder. I don't want a ladder that can like chuk, 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 chuk. Like, I know they're not supposed to, but obviously they're not supposed to, but they're still maybe sometimes gonna. I don't know. The 3,000-meter collapse. Publications described it as watching someone being dragged like a rag doll, and that wasn't an exaggeration. 32-year-old Dutch runner Maureen Koster was holding her pace in the women's 3,000-meter final at the 2025 European Indoor Athletics Championships. It was airing live on the Reuters news channel when all of a sudden her foot caught on another runner's stride and sent her flying. Officials had no choice but to run onto the track in the middle of the race and drag her off it before she got trampled by the next lap.
What happens?
Tangle of legs.
It's a tangle of legs. So Sarah Healy is very close, and it does affect Sarah Healy.
Yeah.
But she coped with it very well. But my gosh, that was a heavy fall.
Maureen Koster collided with the track at full force, her body crumpling to the ground. You could tell the moment it happened that something was really wrong. It wasn't one of those quick stumbles where the runner bounces back up. Although the race continued, most of the audience's attention was now diverted to Maureen. Later reports revealed that Maureen had lost consciousness immediately after hitting the track and had to be tended to by medical staff right on the infield. She was then rushed to a nearby hospital where doctors confirmed that her head had taken a dangerous impact, but she had escaped with only a mild concussion and some deep bruises. She had blacked out instantly, but there was no brain bleed nor spinal trauma. Just hours later, she wrote a message on social media thanking fans for their support, calling the entire experience unreal and letting everyone know she would be okay. Reporters later called it one of the most disturbing on-track moments in recent memory. Level 2, alone. All it took was one swing, and the entire show crumpled within seconds. On the second season of the show, Alone, a survivalist named Mary Kate Green was chopping firewood when the axe struck her forearm and sliced straight through a tendon.
I can't lift my thumb. I can't lift my thumb. I can't lift my thumb. I don't know how deep it is.
She tried to patch it up on camera, even showing the bandaged arm to the camera crew, insisting it wasn't that bad. But as her pain got worse and her fingers stopped moving, the crew finally whisked her away on a boat for better medical care. However, later she revealed that doctors had treated the wound without anesthesia. But Mary's accident wasn't an isolated incident. In fact, across different seasons of the show, at least 5 contestants suffered axe injuries. On the first ever UK season of Alone, a 49-year-old contestant named Mike was building a shelter on his first day when he injured himself on the leg. Then in season 3, contestant Zachary Galt severed a tendon and tapped out less than 2 weeks into the challenge. Competitors go through safety training, tool handling lessons, and even psychological evaluations, but no amount of prep can fully prepare anyone for the hazards they might encounter in the show. What makes Alone even more unnerving is that, unlike other reality shows where injuries get edited out, it always includes them in its final cut. Being in this studio surrounded by powerful lights and safe foam and everything, that's as alone as I want to get. Agony of defeat. The moment Vinko Bogataj pushed off the ground, he realized it was too fast and tried to abort the jump, but it was already too late. It was March of 1970, and Bogataj, a 22-year-old ski jumper from Yugoslavia, had been preparing for his 3rd run during the World Ski Flying Championships in Oberstdorf, West Germany. Unexpectedly, the conditions had started to change. Wind gusts were getting worse and the track had ice all over. Then suddenly, the skis left the ramp, but Vinko Bogataj's body didn't follow. Instead, he twisted midair, lost his balance, and spun sideways off the jump. The footage shows him flying off the ramp, crashing through a support barrier, and tumbling head first into the spectators below. His skis snap off with his body flipping through the air. For a few seconds, it looked like the accident was fatal. Disturbingly, the show ABC's Wide World of Sports capitalized on this tragedy, making that crash the visual anchor for one of the most iconic sports intros in television history.
And unlike the supersonic Concorde, which had flown its maiden voyage the year before, this man wasn't out to reckon with speed. He was Vinko Bogataj, Yugoslavian ski jumper, and by virtue of his inability to get off the ground one day, he became a symbol of something so human to which we can all relate, the agony of defeat.
Every week, as the voice of Jim McKay said the words, "the agony of defeat," millions of Americans saw Vinko Bogataj's body cartwheel off that ramp in slow motion. Most viewers didn't even know who he was, but that failure sure did its job in grabbing the audience's attention. But what most people never realized was that Bogataj survived. Sure, he broke his ankle and had a concussion, but there were no permanent injuries. In fact, he recovered and quietly went back to ski jumping a few months later, having no idea his fall had become famous in the whole country. In an interview recounted by ESPN, Vinko Bogataj's daughter Sandra explained that he recalled poor visibility and bad track conditions just before the jump, but from that moment, he doesn't remember anything. While he might have forgotten the incident, the rest of the world that had witnessed it in real time would not. Newsflash. The car sped towards him with no control, and for a moment, it didn't look like he'd survive. In March of 2016, KTVU reporter Alex Savage was standing near a sidewalk in Fremont, California, calmly delivering a live report from a 7-Eleven parking lot about a major train derailment.
When it went off the tracks, and obviously it was a chaotic and confusing situation.
The topic was routine, a train derailment from earlier that day, and nothing in the background gave any clue that something violent was about to happen. Just off frame at the intersection behind him, 2 cars had collided. One of them, a white sedan, was knocked off course and sent skidding toward the sidewalk. That car then launched toward the sidewalk where Savage and his cameraman, Chip Vaughn, were standing. A loud crash ripped through the mic as the car ultimately hit a light stand. Viewers saw the screen blur and spin, and as viewers held their breath, assuming the worst, Savage stepped out of frame at the last possible moment. After a moment, Savage can be heard revealing that he's okay.
Yes, everybody's okay. We just lost 1K. That was it, a 1K. Both drivers are okay.
The driver of the out-of-control car was later identified as a woman in her 50s. According to Fremont police, she had been trying to avoid another vehicle that had run a red light. That footage quickly went viral because it captured what could have easily been a live televised. The footage is now used in some journalism training seminars to show how unpredictable live reporting